Hello, beautiful listeners, and welcome back to Green Earth Essentials. I'm your host, Michelle Jackson, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of wild pollinators, those tiny but mighty creatures that keep our ecosystems thriving and our food supply abundant. Bees, butterflies, birds, and even bats play a crucial role in pollination, but their populations are declining at an alarming rate. So what can we do to help? Stick around as we explore why pollinators matter, what threats they face, and how we can all take action to protect them. Pollinators are responsible for fertilizing about 75% of the world's flowering plants and around 1/3 of the crops we eat. Without them, our diets would look very different. Think fewer fruits, nuts, and vegetables, and even a decline in coffee and chocolate production. Beyond just food, pollinators support biodiversity by enabling plants to reproduce, which in turn provides habitats and food sources for countless other species. However, pollinator populations are in decline due to habitat loss, pesticide exposure, climate change, and disease. If we don't act now, we risk losing these essential species and the benefits they provide. Most people think of honeybees when they hear the word pollinator, but they are just one piece of the puzzle. Let's explore the diverse group of creatures that contribute to pollination. Bees are perhaps the most famous pollinators and are responsible for fertilizing a wide range of crops, from almonds to blueberries. Honeybees live in colonies, working together to keep their hives thriving, while native bees like bumblebees and mason bees are just as essential to pollination. A fun fact about bees is that they use a special movement called the waggle dance to communicate the location of food sources. Butterflies and moths are also important pollinators. Butterflies are drawn to brightly colored flowers and are excellent at pollinating wildflowers. Moths, on the other hand, often pollinate at night, helping plants like jasmine and yucca reproduce. Monarch butterflies are particularly famous for their long migrations across North America, traveling thousands of miles between their breeding and wintering grounds. Birds, especially hummingbirds, are key pollinators in many ecosystems. With their long, specialized beaks, hummingbirds are able to sip nectar from tubular flowers, spreading pollen as they go. In the tropics, other bird species such as sunbirds and honey creepers also play a major role in plant reproduction. Bats, often overlooked as pollinators, play a crucial role in certain regions, particularly in tropical and desert environments. They pollinate crops like bananas, mangoes, and durian. Agave plants, which are used to produce tequila, also depend on bats for pollination. Even beetles and flies contribute to pollination. These insects may not be as celebrated as bees or butterflies, but they are responsible for pollinating certain ancient plants like magnolias and various tropical flowers. Pollination happens when pollinators transfer pollen from one flower to another, allowing plants to reproduce. Some plants rely on wind or water for pollination, but many flowering plants need pollinators to help them along. Without pollinators, a wide range of plant species, including many of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts we rely on, would struggle to reproduce. Different crops rely on different pollinators. Bees are particularly important for crops such as almonds, apples, and pumpkins. Butterflies help pollinate plants like milkweed and lavender. Hummingbirds are drawn to bright red and orange flowers such as trumpet vine. Bats play a crucial role in pollinating banana and agave plants. Without these hard-working pollinators, many of these foods would become scarce, leading to a decline in global agriculture and nutrition. Unfortunately, pollinators face serious threats that have caused significant population declines, habitat loss, is one of the biggest challenges. Urban expansion, deforestation, and industrial farming have reduced the natural environments that pollinators depend on. As wildflower meadows and forests disappear, pollinators struggle to find food and nesting sites. Pesticides and herbicides pose another major risk. While these chemicals are designed to protect crops from pests and weeds, they often harm beneficial insects like bees and butterflies. Neonicotinoids, a widely used class of pesticides, have been linked to bee population declines and colony collapse disorder. Climate change is also disrupting pollinators. Rising temperatures, changing weather patterns, and unpredictable seasons can affect migration cycles, flowering times, and food availability. Some pollinators may emerge too early or too late in the season to find the plants they rely on for nectar. Diseases and parasites are yet another challenge. Bees in particular are vulnerable to mites, viruses, and fungal infections, all of which can weaken entire colonies. The spread of these threats is often accelerated by human activity, such as the transportation of commercial beehives for large-scale agriculture. Governments and organizations worldwide are recognizing the urgent need to protect pollinators, leading to the implementation of various laws and policies. In the European Union, several neonicotinoid pesticides, which are known to harm bees, have been banned to reduce pollinator decline. Similarly, some U.S. states, such as California and Minnesota, have taken steps to restrict harmful pesticides and promote pollinator-friendly agricultural practices. The Pollinator Protection Act and similar initiatives encourage habitat restoration and responsible land management to support pollinator populations. Supporting these policies is crucial for long-term conservation efforts. Listeners can get involved by advocating for pollinator-friendly legislation, supporting local and national conservation programs, and staying informed about environmental policies that impact pollinators. By voicing concerns to policymakers and choosing to support businesses that follow sustainable practices, we can all play a role in shaping a future where pollinators continue to thrive. The good news is that there are plenty of ways we can help pollinators thrive. One of the simplest and most effective actions is to plant a pollinator-friendly garden. Growing native flowers that provide nectar and pollen can create a welcoming habitat for bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. Choosing a variety of plants that bloom throughout the year ensures that pollinators have a consistent food source. Reducing pesticide and herbicide use is another critical step. Organic gardening practices and natural pest control methods can protect pollinators from harmful chemicals, supporting sustainable farming by choosing organic produce and purchasing from farms that prioritize pollinator health can also make a difference. Providing water sources is essential as well. Pollinators, especially bees and butterflies, need access to clean water. A shallow dish with pebbles can serve as a simple and effective drinking station. Getting involved in conservation efforts is another way to help. Supporting local beekeepers, joining pollinator conservation programs, and educating others about the importance of pollinators can create a ripple effect of positive change. Creating a pollinator-friendly space doesn't require a large garden. Simple DIY projects can make a big difference in supporting bees, butterflies, and other essential pollinators. One easy project is building a bee hotel using hollow plant stems or drilled wood to provide shelter for solitary bees. For butterflies, setting up a puddling station with damp sand or mud gives them a place to drink and absorb minerals. Hummingbirds and bees benefit from homemade nectar feeders while planting a variety of native flowers and herbs. Even in small spaces like balconies or window boxes can provide essential food sources. Avoiding pesticides, planting in clusters, and ensuring blooms throughout the seasons will help sustain pollinators year-round. These small actions create safe havens that contribute to a healthier environment and more resilient ecosystems. Before we wrap up, here are a few fun facts about pollinators. Bees have an incredible ability to recognize human faces using their remarkable memory and pattern recognition skills. Butterflies, interestingly, taste with their feet, which helps them determine whether a plant is suitable for laying eggs. The world's smallest bat, the bumblebee bat, is also a pollinator, contributing to plant reproduction in tropical regions. Hummingbirds, known for their rapid wing movements, can flap their wings up to 80 times per second while feeding on nectar. These fascinating details highlight just how unique and essential pollinators are to our planet. Pollinators need our help, and even small actions can make a big difference. Whether it's planting native flowers, reducing pesticide use, or spreading awareness, every effort counts. Consider making your outdoor spaces more pollinator-friendly and supporting conservation programs in your community. If you'd like to help us continue spreading awareness, you can support Green Earth Essentials on Patreon at patreon.com/Green Earth Essentials. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and share this episode with fellow nature lovers. See you next time on Green Earth Essentials. This is Michelle Jackson signing off.